Okay, to finish the notes from section 3.3, the next part dealing with lines would be parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines have the same slope. And perpendicular lines, the slopes are opposite reciprocals of each other. So if one is m, the other one is the opposite of 1 over m. Now, using our example from yesterday, which was y equals 2/5 x minus 2, if you wanted to find a line parallel at 10/7, we would still use the same slope of 2/5 and then say one way of using slope-intercept form would be to say that 7 equals 2/5 times 10 plus b. And then solving this for b, multiplying 2/5 times 10, you would get 4 plus b equals 7, and b then would equal 3. So our equation would be y equals 2/5 x plus 3. The other way that you could find that equation would be to use point slope form. And in that case, you would say y minus 7 equals 2/5 and x minus 10. And then do the same thing. Distribute the 2/5 and you get 2/5 x minus 4 equals y minus 7. Add 7 to both sides and get y equals 2/5 x plus 3. Either way is fine. Then finding a perpendicular line at 10/7. Since our slope is 2/5 to begin with, you have to use the slope of a negative 5/2. And doing it the point slope way would be y minus 7 equals a negative 5/2 times x minus 10. Or you could say 7 equals negative 5/2 x, not x, 10 plus b. Solving either one of these two, distributing that, you'd get a negative 5/2 x plus 25 and y minus 7. And then if you get y by itself by adding 7, you would have negative 5/2 x plus 32. Or solving this one, negative 5/2 times 10 is negative 25 plus b equals 7. Adding 25, you would get b equals 32. Or the same thing you got before. And that's dealing with perpendicular lines and parallel lines. Last thing you'd have to do is maybe find the slope between 2 points. So the slope would be change in y, 4 minus 2, over the change in x, negative 2 minus 6, which would be 2 over negative 8, which is a negative 1/4. Now again, it doesn't matter if you subtract the other way. If you had taken 2 minus 4, and then 6 minus negative 2, you would still get negative 2 over negative 8, or a positive 8, which is still a negative 1/4. Now then, writing it in point slope form, you have two options. You can either use the 6,2 coordinate or the negative 2,4 coordinate. It's not going to matter either way. You would get Using the 6, 2 coordinate, you would have y minus 2 equals a negative 1/4 times x minus 6. Or, if you were using this coordinate, negative 2, 4, you'd have y minus 4 equals negative 1/4 x plus 2. And if you wanted to find the y-intercept, you can also then say, again using either one of the points, 2 equals a negative 1/4 times 6 plus b. Taking a negative 4th times 6 is a negative 3/2 plus b equals 2. And then adding 3/2 to both sides, b will be 3.5. Or 7/2 if you want to write it as a fraction, or 3.5. And so then, taking either one of these equations and solving for y would get you the same thing. Y equals a negative 1/4 x plus 7/2. Now then, if you were going to take this and turn it into general form, you would first move the x value to the other side so you can get them both on the same side by adding 1/4 x. So you'd have 1/4 x plus y equals 7/2. And then general form means that they all have to have integers, not fractions. So we would multiply by a common denominator, which in this case is 4. And you would get x plus 4y equals 14. And this right here is general form. And that is everything from section 3.3.